Hello everybody, this is Am I Nima, which is intended to be a horror game with some unique mechanics. Dark, cold, endless and utterly serene. The perfect undulating prison for you to spend eternity. An irritating yet familiar voice scratches at your brain, and yet you find yourself violently awoken by a mysterious figure. It worked. You're breathing. The air is cold and stagnant. The walls that surround you provide the room with a distinct lack of natural light. You are underground. Dozens of boxes overflowing with trinkets bring a strange sense of comfort. That comfort dissipates as you realise you're tied to the chair you're sitting in. A bungee cord holds your head up. The stranger stands across the room, hesitating to approach. Nima, is that you? Words in your brain can be combined to unlock new words. All words are stored in your library after they're unlocked. When you're done, the words can be dragged from your brain down to your mouth to unlock new dialogue options. Who is Nima? Am I Nima? Just tell her whatever she wants to hear. Mum, what's going on? Wait, yes, it's all coming back to you now. You are Nima Lee, and this is your mother, Annabelle Lee. Mum breathes a sigh of relief and smiles. Oh, thank God, I thought I'd lost you. She excitedly steps forward, but stops herself just short of throwing her arms around you in an embrace. She pauses. Lost. Me? Mum shudders. Let me bring you some food first. You must be starving. Mum exits the basement, excitedly clambering her way up the stairs. I hope she trips and cracks her skull. Thanks, Mum. A sopping wet bowl of slop is gently presented to you. The odour, reminiscent of wet dog and dirty socks, is masked by overwhelming amounts of soy sauce. Your nose begins to shrivel like a worm left out in the sun. Mum unties your hands but leaves your waist and head fastened to the chair. With some effort you can now eat your gruel. She places a small, dull spoon in your now free hand. She's even ugly up close. Okay, Nima, before you eat, we need to have a little talk. There was an accident. Your memories may have been affected, and I want to ensure you're okay before everything goes back to normal. You're going to be living and sleeping in the basement for now. Can you untie me? You're tied up for your own safety. If you fall unconscious, I don't want you to fall and hurt yourself. Just follow her rules and then we'll be free. You're not a prisoner, this is just a controlled environment for you to healing, okay? You look at the bowl of food and then back up at her. You try to nod, but your head just bounces in your binds. Alright, so starting tomorrow I am going to be bringing you items. I want you to think of how these items make you feel if they bring back any memories. For now, let's start with something simple as an example. She takes the bowl of gruel and pushes it towards you. What does this congee make you think of? You can start to eat while we talk if you like. You hesitate, looking down at the bowl and back at her. Although she claims there are no wrong answers, you know that is not true. She is looking for a specific response. Try connecting ideas in your mind and see where those trains of thought lead you. Tell me what you're thinking about. Swimming. Family camping. Fear. Gruel. A fantastic source of nutrients, high in protein, fats and minerals, the perfect feast for any growing boy or girl. Before you would know it, you find yourself shoveling mouthful after mouthful of lumpy congee down your gullet. Delicious. You barely notice the crunchy calcium-packed fish bones cutting into your gums. You can feel your stomach distending in your body, an uncomfortable weight that only succeeds in making you hungrier. Easy there, champ. Mum grimaces, disgusted by your enthusiasm. She yanks the bowl away from you almost as fast as you set it down. You really were hungry. I usually hate my cooking. Can I have more? I think you had enough for now, dear. You yawn. The bowl of congee certainly chased away your appetite. Now you prefer to find a nice den to crawl inside and sleep. Mum sets the bowl aside and lets out a long sigh. She stares at you intently, preparing for something. How much of the accident do you remember? You shake your head. Something's just come to you, but as far as you're concerned, everything that happened before you woke up in this basement feels like a dream. You were swimming, you hit your head. You're lucky I was able to rescue you. You clutch your head as a bolt of pain travels from the top of your cranium down your spine. Ow. Likely story. A memory surges to you. You recall looking up at your mother's stony face. In her hand she clutches a small sharp knife designed to cut through flesh and organs. Your mother looks worried as she reaches out to console you. You recoil away from her. Maybe we should talk about this later. Tomorrow the real tests will begin. You pass those and you'll be free to leave the basement and everything can return to normal. How am I supposed to pass if I can barely remember anything? I suppose it's only fair if you have a chance to ask me some questions in return. There's a shuddering pain racking your brain. You're almost spent for the day. Choose your next words carefully. What do you want to know? Swimming. I got hurt while swimming. You feel like you don't trust that explanation. You went swimming by yourself and hit your head on a rock. I told you not to go because the current was strong, but you didn't listen as usual. You were lucky I found you when I did. Really? Yeah. Her voice is tinged with regret. She's lying to you. Your eyelids are growing heavy. You're running out of energy. Anything else you want to ask me about? Do I like fish? My brain is fuzzy, but there's a lot of fish swimming around in my noggin. You want to study marine biology, so that makes sense. That does make sense. Your brain is a fish bowl, and you are ready to fill it with the fish. You yawn, and your mother takes notice. Nima, sweetie, don't you think it's time to go to bed? I just have one more question. Okay, what do you want to ask? Where's Dad? Your mother looks down at her hands. Dad's not here. What do you remember about him? You search your mind for anything that you can recall about your father. The memory that returns isn't an event or a story, but a smell. He smells like fish. Your mum's stony face cracks into a smile, then she laughs. Yeah, he did. The pain surging through your brain terminates with a sudden pull of the plug. Your eyes cut to blindness, and then you feel your body fall forward to be caught by the ropes fastening you to the chair. You flicker in and out of consciousness as rogue bolts of electricity wiggle your neurons. Mum hums a familiar song. A pair of tender arms bear the full weight of your malnourished and sickly form. You are lowered onto a lumpy mattress, tucked in routinely and without indulgence. Whoever carried you here was hesitant to do so. Her acts of mothership seem little more than performance. Despite that, you feel a gentle hand lovingly caress the side of your face, and once again the world goes dark. This is my room. I barely remember it. Was it always this lumpy? I was not talented at all. This human looks strange. Oh, that felt nice. I wish I could be the powerhouse of the cell. Monster rock. Marilla. I used to chew on those pencils. Indulgence, judgment, bully. My old locker. I can't remember the password. Nope, that's not it. Is it July already? It feels like it's been a million years. Came from an era. Tomato Boy is the coolest. I've read all of the comics. Milk, rice, coffee, tomatoes. I wonder if Mum had time to pick up groceries while I was gone. Doesn't seem like it. Hungry plus time equals starvation. Flytrap boy. Help Mum file taxes. Mum was always so stressed about those. Dumb bass. Hey, that bass is trying his best. I wish I could shrink down just to see how my dolls live. Fish, plush, lonely. Save the whales. Though it's beautiful when a whale dies, they host an entire ecosystem. Erosion. Penguin. I wonder if they're ever jealous of the birds in the sky. Isolation. Should I knock for Mum? No. What's he so happy about? Pisses me off. I wonder what's out there. A lava lamp, hot to the touch. I was his child and I was her child, in this kingdom by the sea. The child's drawing. It vaguely resembles a koi fish. James Pond. Nima. This is what my dad looked like. I remember him. The bathroom is locked, but what if I need to? Happy. Are you awake? Yes. You hear her undo a series of deadbolts, opening the door only a crack for it to be caught by the chain lock and held nearly closed. She studies you. She closes the door. You hear her undo the last chain and open the door again. You didn't clean yourself up. The bathroom door was locked. Her cold demeanour thaws for a moment. Shit. She pounds her head with the palm of her hand. She gestures for you to go sit at the table while she retreats into your room and unlocks the bathroom. Quick, lock her in. You hesitate, weighing the risk of trapping your mother in your prison. She returns quickly and efficiently. Your bathroom is unlocked. She doesn't take note of you passing by to ascend the stairs in a staccato of thumps and exits the basement. You fidget in your chair, wondering if you did something to upset her. She's not buying it. She returns, trundling clumsily down the stairs. She holds the railing to keep herself steady. In her other hand, she carries a large tote bag bulging with concealed items. Alright. She calms down a bit and smiles placidly at you. Good morning, Nima. Good morning. Don't get to call her Mum. Did you sleep well, Mum? No. Disgusting. She's wearing the same clothes from yesterday. She looks dishevelled. It's unclear if she slept at all. Are you feeling any pain? Yesterday our conversation ended rather abruptly. Your vitals are stable and you seem to have made a full recovery. Yes, I'm feeling well. Good. She flips up a notebook and makes note of that response. How was your sleep? Any interruptions or strange dreams? Lie to her. Nope. She flips her notebook closed and then the fake smile turns into a real one. You're going to do better today, right? Today is going to be a little different from yesterday. With me, I have some items. All you need to do is tell me how they make you feel. Can you do that for me? Yes. She places a plushie of a shark upon the table in front of you. For some reason, it invokes unfamiliar feelings within. Nostalgia, sorrow, and most intriguingly, love. Now, is there anything this reminds you of? That's a great white shark, the apex predator of the deep. Did you know that they can have up to 300 teeth and reach 6 meters in length? I'm serious. Mum lets out a tired sigh. Yes, Nima, I know. Did you also know that as a species, some sharks have been dated to have existed 450 million years ago? Imagine being 450 million years old. Nerd. Honey, maybe it's better to focus on how it makes you feel. Oh, okay. That's the toy Dad got for me at the aquarium. Can we go? Can we get tickets? Yes, let us out of the bowl. It's not really a good time for that right now. Promise me we'll go sometime, okay? Just like how we used to when Dad was still around. Memories of your father's embrace fill your mind. He's no longer with you, but the plushie still connects the two of you together. Maybe after we're all done here. Does that sound good? Yeah, okay. Mum lets out a melancholic chuckle. It's funny, you used to bring this thing everywhere with you. I remember you never let me take it from you, even to wash it. Your father used to say it was starting to look more like a catfish than a shark. He even considered buying a second one to switch out so we could clean it when you weren't looking. Hey, he never did, don't worry. After he passed, you were even more inseparable. You wanted to hold on to anything that reminded you of him. You and Mum share moments of nostalgic silence, reminiscing on the warmth of a face that fades more and more into memory every single day. Mum lovingly plants her hand on your cheek. I'm just glad I didn't lose both of you. Okay, Nina, let's move on to something else. She pulls out a chunk of rock with a strange formation entombed onto its surface. There's a prismatic glow to the rock, like an ovalized skeleton frozen in time and then cracked open like an egg. Mother hesitates, unsure if she should show you this thing. Still, she places it on the table and pushes it towards you. What does this remind you of? I found that fossil. I found it in Kicking Horse River. You were so happy when I gave it to you as a present. Mum looks pleased. She reaches out and starts to run her finger across the fossil. Yes, I was. It surprised me because you usually don't find fossils like that underwater. It must have slid all the way down from the mountain to end up there. You start to recall the day that you dived in, the clearness of the turquoise water that made it easy to see the bottom. The rock that seemed to call to you, your mum's carefree smile. It looks like it's broken there. Mother nods, not looking at the fossil. She already knew it was broken. I extracted the fossil after he gave it to me. Some of the imprints are still there though. You feel like Mum isn't telling you everything. There was something special about this fossil when you found it. A reason you ran across the rocks to present it to her. Can I see it? No, not right now. I'm still studying it. That's okay. I can wait until you're ready. Until then, I'm happy to help you in any way I can. Cooking, taking care of the house, picking up after you. It's all fine so long as you can achieve your dreams. What's that supposed to mean? Your mother had called you her lab assistant, but all you did to help her was cook and clean. Back then you told yourself you did all that work for love, but now you can't help but feel indignant. It's not fair that I have to do all this work and I don't even know why. All this work, doing your chores is just the bare minimum. Don't be ungrateful. This project is going to fix our family. Bare minimum? You didn't let me leave the house. I felt like I was in prison. You shouldn't have said that. You had to learn your lesson. What lesson? You really shouldn't have said that. I don't think we should continue talking about this. I want to focus on happy memories today. You are my good and happy daughter, Nima. She speaks as if she's reminding herself who you are, but the tone is clearly suggesting that you've begun to wander off the script she set out for you. What lesson, Mum? Don't get all righteous with me, as if it's my fault that we ended up like this. You're the one who betrayed my trust. You're the one who put this entire experiment in jeopardy. I was ready to forgive you, for us to go back to the way things were, but it seems you're too spiteful to move on. You're not Nima. Nima would never act like this. Nima would never question me like this. That's it. It's time for bed. Your mother grits her teeth to hold herself back from speaking further. Gruffly, she picks you up by your arms and pulls you back to your room. She deposits you across the threshold of the door and then quickly closes the door behind you. You hear her voice muttering something about controlled stimulus as she stomps away from the door and begins ascending the stairs out of the basement. You messed up, pushed her buttons too much. She doesn't love you anymore. You banish the errant thought from your mind. After the interrogation today, you want for nothing else but the comfort of the bed. You find yourself awake in bed. There are heavy weights on your arms. You try to wiggle, and your arms push against a series of tight ropes that bind you still. I told you, she doesn't like failure. Your mother enters the room, wiping a small steel pit with an antiseptic tissue. You're awake? I didn't use enough anesthesia. You try to scream, but you discover your mouth is gagged. That's fine, you won't need it. She leans over you, placing her knee on your stomach to pin you and gripping your face with a clawed hand. Pick inches closer to your eye. Don't blame yourself. It's my fault, really. Something must have went wrong with the procedure for you to come out like this. She begins to caress your cheek. Her hands are trembling ever so slightly. But that's okay. There's always next time. You feel the blade scrape past your socket and push out into the nerves of your brain. Your life terminates with a pop as she severs your brain in half. Suddenly it's dark. Dark, cold, endless, and utterly serene. You spend an eternity in this darkness, until a familiar voice. Nima, is that you? Interesting. I want to see if there's any more endings.